Hey guys, so I definitely haven't hid from the fact that I've struggled with drug use. I just don't think I've been super direct, making a video about my experiences or a direct testimony of like all the things that God's brought me through, my drug use, my addictions, and things like that. But I do want to make videos for those people who are still struggling, because one thing that I've learned is like you never know who's gonna see your videos. You never know who you're gonna reach through YouTube. I've had the privilege of meeting a lot of cool people through YouTube, helping some people along the way through emails and phone calls even. Develop friendships with people and seeing people get freedom, and hear testimonies from them. All these things like develop from me just stepping out in faith and making videos, right? And not like I don't spend any time editing them. You know, a lot of times I don't have notes. I just kind of trust that like God will use some of my experiences, and He has, you know. And the reason that I'm here is actually because people did that. And so I didn't explain that very well, but the reason I'm at where I'm at today is because someone shared the same testimony that I'm sharing today. You know, I heard stories about people having personal encounters with Jesus and their lives were changed. You know, people that were drug addicts encountered Christ in different ways. Personal experiences, you know, not something they heard or read about, but they actually experienced God for themselves, and it changed them. And so that's what I'm here to share with you, because that's become my story. That's something that God has really used to draw me, was people's testimony, personal testimony from people on YouTube. And that's why I wanted to just kind of make a more direct video about that. A lot of my other videos are geared toward a certain target audience, right? Or different biblical teachings, but this one's speaking to addicts, you know, and letting you know you can be made new. You can be living a good, clean, purpose-filled, positive, happy life. Like those things are within your reach. And I want to tell you that you know, I've been through the depths of addiction, and I have almost 3 years sober now. But you know, just to give you an idea of, you know, the level of my addiction, I'll just tell you one story. It'll tell you where how far out there I was in my addiction. You know, I found needles in the garbage can and used them. Don't know who they belong to. You know, so that should tell you the type of drug addict I was, right? So I want to let you know that there is freedom available through Christ. He came to set the captives free. He came to deliver you from your sin, to save you from your sin. And He has the ability to give you a brand new life and make you a brand new creation in Him. Wipe away all the guilt and shame of your past, and lead you into all truth, and show you who you were meant to be. So this testimony that I had heard on YouTube in a video like this, right, telling me, hey, Jesus did this for me. Jesus did this for me. I knew, I was like, that is what I want. I want God to touch me. I want God to change me, because I can't change by myself. I can't quit. I can't put down the heroin. I can't put down the fentanyl. I can't put down the meth. I can't live sober. Like, I don't have purpose in my life. I don't have meaning in my life. I can't get to a point where I'm content. I can't get to a point where I'm comfortable feeling all my emotions all the time. So I'm always looking for something to soothe me, right? Or to numb me. So, I have this understanding that I was watching years ago, that people were telling me, Jesus can do this for you. And it all started out with just a seed of faith, like, maybe this could be true. Maybe this could be true for me. Maybe I could get off these drugs. Maybe I could live a good life. I'm telling you, like, it's one decision away. Jesus asked someone in the Gospels, he said, do you want to be made well? And the same question applies, like, do you want to be made well? Because it is available, but first you got to decide in your heart that this is what you want, that you don't want to be an addict anymore, that you want new life, that you want to be open to everything God has for you. And you have to go after it. The Bible says that God is a rewarder for those who diligently seek him. It also says that if you seek him with all of your heart, then you will find him. And that's so true. I'm telling you, like, I've had dreams, I've had powerful encounters with God that literally left me changed, that changed my heart, that took my self-obsessed heart that was just stuck in nothing but bondage and addiction, and I remember one single day, guys, experiencing God's grace for myself. Not reading about it, but not being told about it, but me and him having that experience, that opened me up to everything else that God was going to do in my life. And it took some time, but it takes one touch from God to start it out. And so it starts with that desire. And a lot of times you need to hear a personal testimony. Like, I have 3 years clean. I got married. I'm about to have my daughter in the next couple days, maybe today. I work in addiction ministry full time. I get to see people that change their life, man. I get to see people come in dead to the ministry and leave and go live good lives, serving God, starting families. I mean, he did it for me. And I'll get into maybe the different seasons and things I had to walk through in another video. Ask questions. But I want to start sharing a little more openly about drug use and maybe different struggles and different things that I've had to walk through in the season. Maybe I'll make a video talking about, how long it's taken me. It wasn't a quick fix, you guys. I'm not like, can God deliver you in an instant? Yeah, he can, but will he? I don't know. That's up to him. But you gotta want to be made well first. And you gotta seek him at least. In my experience, it's been a knockdown, drag out fight, for my life, really. And it's taken years to get where I'm at. It's taken a lot of failures to get where I'm at. You know, I've made a lot of mistakes to get to where I'm at right now. And by God's grace, you know, He's given me a crazy amount of chances to get it right. And I'm still, you know, learning, I'm still growing, but, you know, I feel that I finally learned my lessons with the drugs. Like I said, I have about 3 years sober almost. In July, it'll be 3 years. And I couldn't even, you know, rub 24 hours together of sobriety from the time I was 15 to 27, 28. You know, I was using, I was drinking, I was both every day, 15 to 28. My addiction just got worse and worse and worse until I was on the street with nothing, you know. So I want to say He can do it for you. He definitely can. I see it all the time. I see people that put God first, their whole life transforms. And it's not an easy process. You're going to have to walk through pain. You're going to have to walk through discomfort. Of course, you've been numbing yourself out from your issues in the whole world for however long you've been using, you know. You put the drugs down and you still got all the reasons you picked them up in the first place, plus a bunch of complications that you have from using the drugs, right? So I just want to say that I didn't have a super big plan for this video, but like I said, drop a comment. Maybe you have a certain question or an issue that you're coming up against, trying to get clean or staying clean. And look, you guys, like, if you're serious about getting help, I'll put you onto a really good place that you'll be able to get discipleship and get a year clean and sober if you stick it out, you know. And that's how I did it. It took me a couple of tries, but I'm able to maintain it now. So anyways, before I get too rambly, it's a big topic, and like I said, I feel that I haven't talked about this issue enough, because there's so many people who are strung out, depressed, they've given up. You know, I was that person. So I wanted to share that you can be made free, you can be made new. It starts with a decision. It starts with a little motivation and a little bit of faith. Right, so let me know what you guys think. I'll see you on another one.